let's start for asking that why did you want to start exactly zombie band? So what is so fascinating about zombies?
Well, it was actually I had this band with my friends like when we were 16, 17, and then you do all those things that you do when you're at that age and you travel to the arse end of the world for no reason and play shows for 30 people and it was all great, it was fine. But you know how it is, like sometimes life happens and then people get houses, get families, get work, like move out from their parents and all that. And then there's people like me who don't get a real life and do and do music all the time. And Tommy and I were very close friends since forever, and we kind of gave each other a promise. If someone has a great idea for a band, because with our old band Hyrex, we were struggling a bit of a concept. You know, it was very romantic because we just did what we wanted to do with music and stuff, but it didn't really resonate. So we were kind of lacking of a concrete idea, if that makes sense. Not that every band has to have an idea, but it was like the concrete emotion was missing somehow. I loved what we did, and I still, when I listen to it, it's still funny, but we kind of gave each other the promise whenever someone has an idea, we're gonna do a band again. And this is what happens. I was watching The Walking Dead and I was like, okay, so there's pirates bands, there is Viking bands, there is werewolf bands, every all sorts of stuff. Why is there no goddamn zombie band? And then we just did it.
That sounds great. You have this character, Dr. Dead. So how much you and Dr. Dead has in common?
That was also a interesting process of getting to know Dr. Dead because I really remember that well, like on our very first tour, which was with Equilibrium and Die Apokalyptischen Reiter. Um, I kind of had to understand who he is and who I am and how we can combine forces and be something greater than only one personality. So how can we add this up to something bigger? And that was a funny process because I think there's a lot of Felix in Dr. Dead, but there's also Dr. Dead in me, and maybe Dr. Dead is just a very more extreme version of me on stage, and I think this is with a lot of people, by the way, that the personality they have gets very extreme on stage, and maybe that's also the case with me. But the kind of talking is obviously a role that I play, and this was very funny to find out and experiment. At this, like the audience tells you the truth, you know, when you do a joke like 2 nights in a row, you do the same joke, and the one on the one night you act too heavily or it's not authentic, and on the other night you do it very authentic and in the more your own way. On the second night it works flawlessly, and on the first night people just stare at you like, what is this shit? So you have this immediate feedback, and this also like influenced on who Dr. Dead is, and yeah.
Hey, your new album Night is Calling is released 3rd of June. What was it like to making this album?
Funny journey because obviously after our first record, people said, well, the first record was good, but now you have to prove it. Can you do it once again? And like in this short amount of time, because we only had 1 year, and then everyone was happy with the Dead Don't Die, the second record. But now people kept telling me, all right, but now the third record is really, really important. So you don't mess this up. So I think it's gonna keep on being like this. So that the seventh record is the very most important. I think it's gonna go on forever. But it was fantastic because we got more self-confident and got to know us better. And this frees you a little bit in songwriting, so you don't have to. I think at least. Let's see how it's gonna work out.
Mm.
But I think that we were freed a little bit and did a little bit more what we just wanted to do and what felt right, instead of thinking too much of who will people like this? Will people like this? Are they gonna hate us if we do a little bit different? No one knows. Just we just did this time what we felt was the right thing to do, And it was a very cool process, and I really enjoyed it. Now I just hope that it's going to perceived well, because then otherwise I have to change this again. But I don't think so. So the feedback so far is really good, to be honest. Um, when the circus is in town was released, I was very like, okay, this is something really different. If you compare our very first single, Patient Zero, to the circus is in town, it's a completely different, it feels like a different band to me. And people were like, yeah, yeah, it's a bit different, but it's still Dominum. It's still Dominum. And then Doctor came out, and I was like, okay, so this is very different to the circuses in town. Let's see how people are gonna react. And people were like, it's a bit different, but it's still Dominum. It's still Dominum. So it seems like we can do whatever we want, and it's gonna be still Dominum.
That's great. From the upcoming album, which song is one you absolutely can't wait to perform live?
Oh, so we did the circuses in town last Saturday the first time, and that, to be really honest, I did not expect. That was fantastic. It was crazy because it we played the first time. Probably most of the people were not aware of the song, and it was like in the blink of an eye, everyone went super crazy. It was like this whole thing was cooking, and I did not expect this. It pumps you up, and then I like spent way too much energy on singing, and then I was like, it's a very exhausting song because I'm singing all the time. It's a nightmare. Whoever composed this, he's a complete idiot. And they were like, the circus is in town. Look at these people, they're going crazy. It's so cool. Yeah, so I was looking forward to this one, but I'm also very looking forward to playing Nosferatu because I think this one is a very, very cool festival song where people are just gonna go mad when they hear this. It's just a very aggressive and very fast driving song. So let's see what people are gonna do when they hear this.
Is it like a mosh pit guaranteed?
It's a mosh pit guarantee. Exactly. That's what it was made for.
How did Battle Beast end up being involved in the song Night is Calling?
We were on tour together for almost 2 months, and I kind of had the feeling that, okay, for Night is Calling, it would be cool to have someone in and to give this another layer. And we thought of some people, but it's important to us that we have kind of a relation to our collaborators, so we don't just write an email to the other end of the world and say, hello, we're Dominum, do you want to collaborate with us? This is also not how it works, I think. So we toured for 2 months. We got to know each other. We liked each other. And then I just wrote a WhatsApp to Yuso, and Yuso was like, yeah, yeah, send over the song. Then I sent over the song, and he was like, oh, that's a very cool song. Yeah, ask Marina if she'd be up for it. Then Marina just wrote me, it's a cool song, let's do it. And that's actually how it went. The very spectacular story.
Okay. The album also has this cover of Michael Jackson's Thriller. How did you pick exactly this song to make a cover?
If you're really honest, when you have zombies in your band, that's the most obvious choice, maybe next to the Cranberries zombie song, that you can make. So, and usually I'm against the most obvious choices, but here we just couldn't resist because also the bass line that's in the song, that's actually very metal. So we did it, and it was like the easiest thing to do to arrange the song into metal because it's just a very good substance, and it worked out really well.
What is your live shows like? Do you have real zombies on the stage with you?
We have real zombies on stage with you, yes.
Really,
It's very
real zombies.
real zombies. Yeah, yeah. It's very complicated to feed them. It's a very dangerous process, but our crew is really good at managing this right now. Yeah, but they're mostly vegetarians and vegans, by the way. So it's interesting zombies. It's modern zombies.
I haven't heard about those before. But since you are a zombie expert, what would you do if a zombie apocalypse happened?
Oh, that's a very good question. I preach that people just don't have to resist because they will be zombified anyway, sooner or later. But obviously, I would try to. Hmm. That's it. I've never been asked this before, so you got me here. Maybe I would take my army of zombies, which are the better zombies and the smarter zombies, and have them fight the new zombies to finally also convince those to join my brigade.
That sounds good plan. What are the band's future plans now?
The album is going to be released on, as you said, in July, on the 3rd of July. And until then, we're going to release a few more cool videos. Yeah, and then the whole year is like a ramp to our headlining tour, which is very exciting for us because it's way bigger than our first headlining tour. Like the capacities are way bigger, and yeah, we have a great package. Like we announced recently that Edge of Paradise are joining us on this tour, and also the Night Flight Orchestra, a special guest on that tour. And so I can highly recommend to join and to grab also the tickets fast because tickets are flying. And we also have this time very cool editions for our Night is Calling album. So there's a ebook which is already getting kind of low in stock, and we have very cool vinyl options. So if you're a vinyl freak, I can highly recommend to check out those options because they are all limited, and this whole year will be a huge ramp to the grand finale of the Night is Calling tour, and then it's Christmas. So that's going to be the band's year.
In the end, do you want to say something to your fans and readers?
Yeah, so don't get bitten by the wrong ones.